Today we are looking at our 2 Necron Army Lists based around what we've shared in the previous videos about the chapter approved missions, and it's coming right up.
Necrons!
Nick speaking, and welcome to this video. Right, exciting times. We are going to be sharing some lists for you today based around, well, all of the chapter approved missions and the secondaries, what we think could work well for Necrons with the new missions. Now, these are like our first drafts. We've not played these lists, but we might be playing these. So yeah, it's going to be interesting, and hopefully we'll just give you some ideas of some things that maybe you could try out yourselves. So first we're going to go to Richard. He's got his 2,000 point list.
Yeah, I'm coming out. Closet Necron. Right, so I've gone for a patrol, a command, a supreme command, and a vanguard. So the patrol detachment first, I've got a technomancer. You can take a verified nobility, relic, voltaic staff, and then implacable conqueror. Then you've got 10 Necron warriors, all Gale Reapers, a second unit of 10 Necron warriors, all Gale Reapers. Into the flayed ones, I've gone. Into the elites, I've gone 6 flayed ones, 6 flayed ones. Then gone for a faster attack of 5 Canoptric race and 5 Canoptric race. I've then gone into my supreme detachment, and that's Silent King, that's Saracen. Everything else is going to be Novok, because I think the way missions Novok works quite well, and he's got what he has. Then going into the last one, which is the Vanguard, again it's Novok, because that's what you've got to do now. He's got the Eon Stave, the Arcana Prismatic Obfuscaton.
Yep.
and the Dynastic Heirlooms of Veil of Darkness. He's got an elite choice of another 5 flayed ones, 5 Scorpec destroyers, 5 Scorpec destroyers, and 5 Scorpec destroyers. And
is it 5? Is it? So it's...
yeah, 4 with the freshers and 1 with the reap blade.
Right, okay,
yeah, so you get 4 freshers and 1 reap blade in each unit. That's how I've done it. Points wise, I thought that was just a sweet spot.
Yep.
Not necessarily optimum, but there's enough there just to be doing. And then another unit of 5 races to round that out. You've got multiple secondaries in there, and this list isn't a way I would necessarily my play style. It's more of push out to the centre and be a little bit more conservative, but you can be aggressive with it if you want to.
Yeah,
you can put everything into somebody's face if you.
That's 2,000 points exactly.
That is
How many CPs do you end up with then after everything that you spent? I think you had it at the end of the list. I think
it's. I think it's actually 9 command points at the end once you.
Because with all the detachments and everything.
Everything. But I don't think you need too many. I think you're spending on a few. So like the 1 to make the destroyers minus Scorpec, a unit of Scorpecs minus 1 to wound, is it? And then maybe you a command reroll if you need it, but the way I'm playing it, you're not going to need too much. And then there's Novok stratagem, and they're the 2 stratagems you're pretty much just playing with them most of the time, and then a reroll or to interrupt or to reroll a charge if you need it. I mean, no, I wouldn't be in the position. I wouldn't want to be in the position where I need to re-roll a charge, but sometimes you can even fail a 5-inch charge.
Yeah, well, yeah, indeed. Okay, so an interesting list. So this is what I came up with. This is built around basically the missions, again, of course. So I do have the Silent King as well, and I've taken a battalion detachment along with it, rather than all the different
Gives you more
ones.
CP to play with.
Yeah, exactly. So Novok, of course. I think Novok is the way to go, especially if you've got the Silent King in the list. So HQs, I've got 2 Technomancers, both with a cloak, and I've got the Veil of Darkness with one of them, and then Immortal Pride with the other. Troops, I've actually gone for 2 big squads of Reaper Warriors and 1 squad of Immortals. The Immortals just really designed to sit on the backfield objective, basically. Elites, I've gone for 3 units of 5-blade ones. I think going forward, if I was just to really tweak this, I might try to get those up to 6, because obviously I've taken those primarily to come in and do different types of actions, really, for the different missions that there are, because most of the missions are based around doing actions.
Yeah, and R&D, you really need to take 6 just to get rid of the odd chance that you get at 6.
Yeah, no, exactly. And then fast, I've gone for 2 units of 5 Wraiths and my traditional 3 Scarabs, because 3 Scarabs are brilliant. And I've chucked in some heavy support as well, because in my experience with the Silent King, I'll be taking Code of Combat.
Yeah.
And in my experience, especially if there's some vehicles on the table, you need to like cripple the unit so that the King can finish it off to get your Code of Combat. So I've gone for 3 units of heavy destroyers, and not only I've gone for them because of the weapons, but also to be in my backfield to stop like deep strikers coming in as well. Take objectives. They can potentially use the command protocol to do an action and shoot. So if I need to do R&D or raise the banner or whatever I need to do. And that comes in at 2,000 points and 14 CPs.
Which is nice.
Which is a good amount. I can be frivolous.
Yes, sure, you could.
That's a word. That is a word.
Frivolous,
I don't use it very often, but that's a word. Yeah, but I can do that with the CPs that I've got there. And, you know, like heavy destroyers, you know, re-roll a wound or whatever, you know.
Yeah,
I can do that as much as
I think with my one, the only other strat I probably would is to add the strength to, you could...
+1 to strength to infantry.
And then add a +1 to it. I'm suddenly hitting, instead of hitting on 4s, I'm wounding on 3s against the toughness 8 vehicle. So or bringing it down to 4. So and with the volume of attacks these units get, so I'm not particularly worried about those high toughness units, because I think the Wraiths and maybe the Scorpex have the ability to deal with them, and the King can finish them off for Code of Combat. So and again with the I'm thinking with the Warriors, they're strength 5, strength 6.
Warriors, strength 4.
Strength 4.
Oh, you mean the guns? Strength 5, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm wounding on 5, but if I'm hitting on 2s, I'm guaranteeing most of those dice in, and the way I roll my dice, I'm likely to get a ton of fires on the next lot.
Well, it's quite interesting. We have got fairly similar lists. Obviously, I haven't got the Scorpec destroyers.
I like the 20 warriors because that allows you to reanimate back onto and string against a couple of things with one unit, and then you can do it with a second unit.
And I've played obviously the Silent King before, and two blobs of 20 warriors does work well. I haven't gone obviously for Scorpec destroyers, which obviously you have. Yeah. I think one reason is I've never really done that well with Scorpecs, to be fair, mainly because probably I don't play them quite how you're supposed to play them. I tend to be more the opposite to aggressive with them. But also, I don't like the fact that they don't have the invulnerable save on there. And even though they have the strat to -1 to wound,
but
it's...
With that, could you could you tweak it? I mean, I don't think I've got it here, but isn't it the
you can have the Chronomancer, yeah.
And give a 5-up invul. So
Yeah.
so you've got the option of getting it in there.
Yeah.
It's just not. It's just whether you want to pay. It's probably a little bit of a penalty, but it's a way of getting them in there. Going in a minute. I forgot I had it on.
That's all right. And obviously, I've got my elites filled out anyway with my flayed ones.
Yeah, and
so I've built.
We've done the same with the flayed ones. 3 lots of 5.
Yeah.
And for me, I'd probably have 2 units in my backfield, hidden away, waiting to do a R&D if I wanted them, and then having the 3rd one drop into the 3rd quarter to get me 8 points minimum. And if I'm late game, try and push into the 4th quarter to get the last one.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, I've gone for the Scorpex because I think as a counter puncher in the Novok, they're quite effective. I've looked at the Ophidian Destroyers as well, and they're quite good, but I haven't looked at the points or anything. But with certain strats there could be a use for them. So going forward, looking at points, I might put them in because I think you can get them to 5 attacks, 5-6 attacks base on.
There's. I know, obviously. I mean, I've only just built mine, so I'm waiting to paint them, and I will be playing them. So I haven't really looked at them too closely, but I think it's just when you compare them to wraiths.
Yeah.
With that invuln save, it's like it's
a
hard.
It's do you put points there or the race, which are, to be honest, a thing. And that again is, I mean, the other thing was behind this was I will give up no prisoners, but I'm backing my dice rolling to keep a unit on the table with reanimation and just be a pain in the arse to kill. So therefore I'm just sitting in the middle of a table.
I think that's basically what we've both done, is we've built around being in the middle, being as durable as possible, me with my king and 40 warriors, and then the wraiths obviously coming in, they're moving around the table, and then obviously we've got the flayed ones to do those secondaries. Obviously, I've got the 2 units of 3 heavy destroyers in mine.
They're useful. And, but they can do a job on the vehicle or a monster, which is where my list doesn't have that. But I built in the fact that I can use a cut-off strats just to make it a little easier.
Yeah. Okay, well there you go.
What do you think?
What do you think of our list? I will maybe do some overlays, or worst case scenario, I'll link the lists in the description below for you to check out. But yeah, very interested to see what you think, and I'm sure we'll both be playing these lists, or at least a very similar list, on the channel soon, so keep an eye out for that. And if you want to see all of the other videos we've made in this series on the new chapter approved book, then there is a playlist for you to have a look at. What else?
That's it.
That's it.